Okay, this meeting's being recorded. Let's go. All right, y'all. We got on the line, baby. We got Jordan out here on the call. We've got Alex on the line in the other room. We got Mr. Bobby Boucher on the line. We got Brendan here. We got Caitlin here. We got Crystal, baby, at work, working a double in here like swimwear. We got Daniela on the line, baby. Let's go. We got Eric out here. We got, guys, welcome my new guy, Jacques, on the line. He just got started the other day, already blazing through the academy, already in the recorded videos. Just watch Mike Navarrette's favorite sessions that I went over. He is running it up. Super excited for you, bro. We got JC. I know who you are on the line today. We got Latif on the call. We got Maggie on the line. We got Marin, who crushed it up Camelback Mountain today, doing big things. We got Nehemiah right here in the other room. We got Paul. We got Rachel. We got Tony. We got Nico. And for some reason, we got Tony again, baby. Let's go. All right, guys, let's go ahead and get this call started. Wanted to do that to light up some energy, kick off the call with some good vibes. And I think accountability too, because people are going to watch the recordings. I already heard some people say that they were watching the recordings and they're going to see who's familiar, who's showing up, who's getting after it. So guys, with this call today, I kind of wrote it in the chat a little bit just to give you guys a taste and an idea, but this is week two. This is week two. I know from just checking the chat and, you know, having different conversations last week, just being real, let's be transparent, wasn't our biggest week as far as like growing the business. I know personally I brought on a couple people, but I'm not satisfied. I want to help more people. I want to make sure that I can, you know, do what I need to do to personally grow my business. And some weeks are just going to be like that, but I'm not going to tolerate it for myself. And we just have to continue to raise the bar. So guys, this call today is really going to kind of get us into the right headspace, but it's really going to map out, I think, some of the stuff that most people go through, if not everybody. What am I talking about? Everybody goes through when it comes to sharing this with their warm market. And I know there's some people on this call that have maybe already exhausted their warm market. Maybe you've talked to everybody, you know, in your phone contacts, on your Facebook, your Instagram, your Snapchat, your whatever. If that's you, I would still be on this call taking note as if you're going to teach. Anytime I'm on a call and I've maybe done something already, but I'm not thinking go back to being coachable, right? Resetting your coachability. I'm not thinking, you know, I already know this. I'm thinking, okay, maybe there's a different perspective that I can pick up that maybe I can reapply to what I'm doing now. And now maybe, you know, what can I take away to teach to my team when they have questions or they're going through something. So I wanted to talk about today and actually open it up throughout the call to maybe hear some examples from you guys. So start thinking. But I wanted to go over how to handle objections. Okay, so going through rejection alone, but handling the objections that you get when you have conversations, and then talking about just, you know, how to have a meaningful conversation, really how to open up conversation with your warm market. And I know last week we briefly talked about, how to kind of open up conversation with your warm market, where to find people for your warm market, and how to follow up. But let's before I dive into the how-tos and everything, and I'm going to talk about desire level, I want to hear from you guys. Let's type in the chat maybe, how did you guys feel from this week? Let me try to put something tangible on this. So based on what we talked about last week, how do you guys feel if you could rate yourself on like your productivity with reaching out to your warm market, or if you're on cold market, whatever, scale 1 to 10, 10 meaning I did everything I freaking possibly could. I reached out to everybody. I completely exhausted my warm market. That would be a 10. I followed up. I did what I got to do. And then like a 1 is like, I didn't do nothing. Where do you guys feel like you're at? And if you did cold market, because you're on cold market, did you prospect every day? Did you follow up? Did you do your thing? Okay, we got some 6s, 6.7, very specific. Okay, we got a 7, 7, 7. Type some 7s in the chat. Just kidding. 6.9. Okay, we got a 4. Appreciate the honesty. We got an 8. 5.7. Okay. I appreciate y'all for sharing. Okay. So cool. It's good to know where we're at because we cannot improve if to where we want to go if we're not real about where we're at right now. Okay. So I want to talk about first before we get into any of the how-tos, because the how-tos are I think are the easiest part. It's the part that we're just like we always think about, like, how am I going to get there? How am I going to do this? Once you know, you know. But I want to talk about something I think is going to bring a level of awareness so you can really see where you're at. Okay. And I believe that that's why there's less people on this call today. And I know I get it. Sunday, people have things that are going on. I totally understand that. But for those that were on last week's call that maybe realized, hey, this actually isn't something that I wanted to do. Cool. I'm glad that we figured that out right away. So I want to talk about desire levels because, as I mentioned last week, your desire, okay, having a burning desire is the starting point for all achievement. I believe either Napoleon Hill or Earl Nightingale said that. I always forget who says it, but I just remember the quote. But you can write that down. Having a burning desire is the starting point. Okay, y'all catch that? Is the starting point to all achievement. So before setting out for a goal, you have to first actually have a desire for it. Okay, otherwise you're going to be relying on motivation, and we all know motivation doesn't last. If somebody comes in here and they're like, Abby, you're so motivating, or so and so, you're so motivating, or it's so motivating to be here. I'm like, dude, you're not going to be here in 90 days because you keep relying on motivation. Motivation is like a shower. You probably should do it regularly, but it doesn't last. Okay. So when it comes to building this business and even trading, that's why we always get really, deep with that reason why. If you've had a conversation with me and, we've talked about having meaningful conversations with people, I'll always have you ask people why they want to do this. Why is another stream of income important to you in your life right now? Why? And don't just say money, because anybody can say money. I'll literally tell people that when I'm talking to them, because it's not about me. I'm more interested in where they're coming from because I need to know if this can help them. I need to know how this can help them. Like, I'm more focused right now on building that relationship and having a root reason of why I want to share this with them than just spamming them with links. Oh, somebody said yes in my inbox. They want, they're open to it. I do not just send a link to a video. No. If somebody says, yeah, I want to do this, I don't just send my sign up link. Heck no. There's levels to this, and there's a process to really building, strong relationships. And we want to get to that. So guys, there's levels to building this business, and you have to identify yourself where you are. I believe if you guys are on the call today, week 2, you have a burning desire to share this with people and really make an impact. You see the vision beyond. But I'm gonna kind of lay out the three stages. Okay. So level 1 is you have a desire level. This isn't even on the list, but I'll just say it. But you have a desire level of only trading. And some people are going to come in and they're literally only going to trade. And that's great. But I said this last night in the car with Alex and Nehemiah. And I said, when people come in and they tell me that they only want to trade, yet they make friendships with the team that we decided to go out and share this with, you are being blessed by our efforts, by, our heart to serve and help people. And I just think it's really interesting when people say that they don't want to share this, yet we'll build friendships and relationships with, the team that we're creating, that we're building, and we're blessing them with. So I just always have them keep that in mind of, like, trading is so much better when trading is very, like, for me, it's very independent. I think it is a very independent sport, if you will. But it is nice to be able to grow inside of a like-minded community, as I believe that you guys all recognize for yourselves. But anyways, that is one desire level. And I think sometimes it's just about shifting somebody's perspective to see the bigger picture and them to kind of pull that desire out of them. Because I believe everybody, once they see the bigger vision, they will have some level of desire to at least share this with somebody. But it's our job as leaders to lead by example and give people the opportunity to see what could be for them. So that's number 1. Number 2 is they just have a desire to get a free membership, to just share this with a couple people. That's it. And you can kind of gauge your desire level right now, I believe, based on your actions. Okay. So that's number two. Number three is getting paid to trade. And I say getting paid to trade because when I build a business, that's not the way that I think about building the business. I think about longevity. I think about impact. I think about creating a real concrete residual income in helping people and serving people. I don't think get paid to trade. Some people, that is their desire level, to get paid to trade. I need to come in because I'm sick and tired of what I do and I need to make money within my first 30 days. Okay, cool. I'm just telling you, may not happen with trading because it does take time. I'm not saying it can't, but I'm just saying let's have the long-term bigger picture so you can actually be here in 6 to 12 months, profitable, consistent. But getting paid to trade, that is somebody that's really, their desire level is really just around $600 to $1,000 a month. I've seen people come into this. This is why this conversation is important, so you can kind of really see where you're at versus where you want to go, or realizing, man, I thought I wanted this, but this is where I'm actually at. Okay. $600 to $1,000 a month. I've seen people come in and hit platinum 600, hit P1K right around there. And, they're screaming that they want to hit chairman, but their desire level shows P6, P1. And I'm not talking about where they're at. I'm talking about like who they're being. I'm talking about their actions. Okay. Your desire level when it comes to something, next level is not showing that you want to go chairman. It's not showing that you want to go P2, P5, so on and so forth. Your desire level is only showing that, you want to be right around P600. You want to be right around a team of 12, 15, maybe 30. I think when you get to a team of 30, your leadership will really start to take hold, and you won't maintain P1000 for long if you don't step up as the leader that's necessary. Because rank, I'll be honest, guys, I don't care about rank. Rank is just something that kind of sets a standard. It shows your desire level for that level, and it shows your effort to get there. Okay. Sometimes you can hit P600 by accident. Sometimes you can hit P1000 by accident. Not really. You do still have to put in the work, but definitely P600, P1000, you can personally enroll yourself there. I know because I've done it. But you just have to gauge where you're at. Okay. So getting paid to trade $600,000 a month. And then the last level, I'm very certain about this is where I'm at. I've made that decision. You can look at what I do on a regular basis, who I'm working to be. Okay. Creating a residual income, what I talked about, seeing the bigger vision, wanting to really, really, truly make an impact and develop my personal leadership, leading an example. These things, these speak to me. This is my burning desire level, and where I want to go, what I want to, create for myself, who I want to become. So identify yourself, type in the chat right now where you guys feel like you're at. 1, 2, 3, or 4. 1 is like, I just want to trade. You're probably already off this call. 2 is just free membership. You're probably off this call. Maybe you're still here. 3 is get paid to trade 600 to 1,000. And 4 is like, man, I really want to do this thing. I really want to create a residual income. I really, really want to help people, and I want to build my leadership. I think Jordan's a 4. All right, we got some 4s on here, and whatever you guys are, it is okay. I think it's just getting real about what where you want to go and what your desire level is. So we don't, I'd rather somebody say, oh, Abby, I'm actually a 2, or I'm actually a 3. Cool. Let's get you to that goal and then run it. And then maybe you get to that goal and you're like, dang, like, I actually like sharing this, man. Like, I like helping people. And then that desire level increases. So, okay, cool. Looks like we got a lot of 4s on the call. Let's go so we can elevate our conversation. So I think it's important. Desire level is very, very key, because you could be doing, all these things, but if you're trying to be motivated to do them, good luck. It's probably not going to happen. So you got to dig deep as to that reason why, because that's what's going to pull you when you don't want to show up, when it's not convenient, when you don't feel good, because it's much, much bigger than yourself. And when you start to grow a team, you will realize that it was never about you. And I'll give you guys a quick example, and then I'm going to get into the call. But last week, I'll be transparent. I was actually having a really, really bad day. bad day. It was not my best day, and I was showing it on all 4 cylinders. And Christian Jukes, if you guys know Christian, about to be Chairman 10, he had asked me to open up the Monday night opportunity call, the Zoom overview that he usually does. If y'all don't know that, he does a Monday Zoom overview that you can invite guests to every single night on Mondays at 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific. Anyways, he asked me to open up the call, and I was like, centimeters, dude, centimeters to just literally telling him no. And I was like, I cannot tell Christian no. Like, that's like not in my nature, not in my blood. Like, if somebody gives me the opportunity, like, that's my desire level. I've got to step up. Now, if it was like emergency type of thing, I'd be like, nah, man, like, I'm sorry, like, I cannot make it. But like, I knew I was just in my feelings. I knew like I needed movement. That's why this call, movement in June. That's why we're doing this. It's to get people to move. It's to get people outside of their comfort zone. Because when you get outside your comfort zone, you can grow. Anyways, why I'm sharing this story is because I did not want to open that call. I was already like not feeling good mentally and emotionally. I was like, man, you're like nervous now that you said yes. And he literally asked me 30 minutes before the call started. He always does that. And I was like, all right. I was like, yeah, I'll open the call. And I got on the call. One, that was like, well, I feel like one of my best openers that I've ever done. Number two, I felt so much better after I just got on that call. And I'm sharing this with you because I want you to realize life is going to give you opportunities to step up. Okay. And you have to be able to recognize that opportunity. Okay. Opportunities are always there, but life is not going to give you as many opportunities if you keep saying no. If you keep telling the universe, whatever you believe in, God, that, no to these opportunities. Okay. They literally speak in frequencies. Okay. You're going to tell them that you're not ready, or, that's not what you want. Or when you don't do the work and you procrastinate. I think somebody posted on their story, it was a really good quote about procrastination. It's like, you're now, instead of taking time into right now, you're taking time into your future self, something like that. But anyways, what I'm trying to say is, crush the call. And I actually felt so much better after doing it because I was thinking about my own problems all day long. I promise you this has a point. I was thinking about my problems all day long. And as soon as I got on that call and I was just able to pour, because I was thinking about my message. What's the message? What's the purpose? Who on this call needs to hear Abby's story? Who on, not just selfishly thinking that, but like really, who needs to hear the fact that I was in 100K student loan debt, working my face off, not knowing what I was doing, where I was going, no plan at all whatsoever, less than $500 in my bank account. Like my life didn't make sense. Who needed to hear that? And now see, 4+ years later, we're in a position now, we don't have to rely on a 9-to-5. We have financial independence. We have a kick-ass crypto portfolio. Like things are good and they're moving into an even better situation. Somebody needed to hear that. But I think more deeply than just hearing your story, they needed to feel my energy. You guys know that that's all this is and that's my point, guys. It's like, this is just a transfer of energy. The person that can sustain and amplify their enthusiasm, no matter who shows up to a call, no matter what's going on in their world around them, will be able to outlast the masses, will be able to outlast their process or their older self. And that's what really separates amateurs from professionals, choosing to show up regardless of how you feel, regardless of your problems. Because you guys know the quote, Zig Ziglar says, if you want, I don't know the quote exactly by heart, maybe somebody that knows this can type it in the chat, but he basically says, if you want to solve your problems, solve other people's problems. So get out of your own way, get out of your own problems, because where we're going, if you guys said it forward, it's not about you anymore. It's never been about me. I think as soon as I went P600, it was like, nah, this is not about me anymore. And I think that's when I recognized it. But get out of your own way. And when somebody gives you the opportunity to step up, to become a better version of yourself that's conducive to your growth in the direction of your goals, say yes and figure it out. Even if you stumble, even if you fall on your face, have the courage, be bold, and step up. Because the only way that you're going to get better is if you say yes, is if you get out of your own way. Trust me, y'all, when I go to try to speak, I'm in my feelings sometimes. I get nervous, but then you got to flip the script and say, I'm not nervous, I'm excited. because I know why I'm here. I get to pour into people. I know who probably needs to hear this. So I wanted to share that example because it's so much deeper than just typing out messages in the chat and finding people to say yes. It's so much deeper than that. You have to have that core reason why in the first place. So this has a lot to do with building your leadership, building your beliefs and your perspective. So I do want to go over it's not going to take very long, guys. It's just kind of like how to have a meaningful conversation. Cause I know last week we kind of already talked about it, when we, I'll share my screen. I'll show you guys when we, just reading the chat. Okay. So I already showed you guys this last week. Basically when you hit up people, your warm market, hey, what's going on? Hey, what's up? Talk to your friends, however you talk to your friends, wanted to reach out because I've got something you need to see. I've got something you should probably take a look at, however you want to say it. Are you open to creating another stream of income at all? That's it. I like that because you're not like, it really kind of deviates people giving you a ton of objections, if that makes sense. Because sometimes, you could say, I've got something you got to see. You don't want to miss out on this. Are you free tonight? Blah, blah, blah. They're going to ask you, well, what is it? Well, what is it? And then most people don't know what to say. And their knee-jerk reaction is to, literally tell them everything. So if you just ask them, are you open to creating another stream of income? Tell them, why you're excited. Hey, I wanted to reach out. I've been really excited about, a good thing, something I just actually, was able to take a look at, however you want to say it. I've got something you should probably see too, or I want you to take a look at for yourself. Are you open to creating another stream of income at all? They're going to say yes or no. They say no, move on, like we talked about. Okay. All good. Appreciate you. Blah, blah, blah. If they say yes, cool. Awesome. I'll definitely fill you in on all the details. You guys, I'm pulling this straight from Joey Wilson, as we talked about last week. Okay. And a little bit of Brandon Boyd, because I actually watched one of his videos this week and he literally says the same thing. Okay. So I'll definitely fill you in on all the details. I know you would probably crush this, but blah, blah, blah. If I send you a video on how I'm creating another stream of income, would you be able to watch it before 8 p.m. tonight? So give whatever time you want. I just say 8 p.m. because on Eastern Standard Time, we usually have a Zoom call at 9. So if I can talk to them before the call and they're free at 9, I can set that up for them to get on another Zoom if they need more information. Now they got double the Zoom in the last 24 hours or double the exposure in the last 24 hours. And then I can set up a 3-way with my mentor. Okay. So they're going to say yes. Okay, cool. Awesome. Write down any questions and we will talk at 8 p.m. tonight. And you can send them this What is DCX corporate site, which I think is really cool. They've got a nice layout. It's an actual site, so it's kind of professional. Or you can send them, I know Mikey just has his What is DCX video. It's 8 minutes. It's an awesome video. I know it's all crypto. If you want like just a standard video, Christian Jukes, I think I showed you guys on the last call. He has a 19-minute overview on his YouTube channel. If you need it, let me know, but it is also in the members guide. If you click on best videos to share, it's right there. And then all you do at whatever time you guys mutually agreed on, hey, I appreciate you for, watching the video. What did you like best about everything you saw? Guys, this will save you so much headache because if they didn't like what they saw, if they didn't find value in what they saw, you don't need to beat around the bush and, answer all their questions. Okay. I can't tell you how many times like people will do this wrong. And that's the other thing, as we talked about last week, 3 things that you should embody overall when it comes to not just building this business, but trading is you want to be coachable. Okay. Following instructions. Here's the instructions. Follow it. Okay. That's number 1. Number 2 is your hunger, having a burning desire. Okay. And number 3 is being resourceful. Be resourceful, baby. That's it. I can't tell you for a long time when I didn't have somebody to go to as far as like an upline or a mentor, I had to figure it out. And I know we have incredible leadership right now that we can go to like that. If you ever text me, I'm pretty fast about texting because I'm literally all on my phone all the time. So if you ever need anything, you can reach out, but be resourceful. If you know that you could probably find the answer, go find the answer. And if you have questions, maybe you don't know something, just ask, reach out. We're here. Okay. So you can follow up with this. And I'm not going, oh my gosh, what I do. I'm not going to go into like the next parts of this because I don't know if we're there yet. let me ask you guys this. Let's gauge the temperature of the call. How many of you guys, just type a 1 in the chat if you went out and actually did this past week to your warm market? Okay. Did anybody go out and do something, but it wasn't this with their warm market? Type a 2. You were on cold market. Okay. Okay, cool. I'm trying to get a gauge for, because I know there's some people on this call that are still on warm market. That's why I'm doing these video documentation. But I'm trying to see if anybody's actually like doing this. And how I know it works because I've had other people do it, but how it's been going for you. Low key exhausted for me. Okay. All right, well, let's do this. So this is what I would say if you're going through your text conversations in your phone, so on and so forth. I don't want to get into cold market yet. That's actually going to be next week. I definitely wanted to make sure that we could take some time to go through the warm market process, because I am going to upload this. So anybody that does want to go back, they have the opportunity to see this in real time. But I want to hear from you guys. What are some, and this could be across the board, maybe we can give some insight to what's to come when it comes to having conversations and handling objections. But I'd love to hear from you guys with it, because this is very straightforward. This right here is very straightforward. If somebody tells you no, you don't continue the conversation. If somebody says yes, then you just get to know them. I mean, you already know them, so this is your friend, your acquaintance, but you just follow the structure. That's it. They might ask you like, well, what is it about? Here's one thing that I'll show you guys. Okay, this actually happened this week when we were at Chop Shop. It's a really, really dope coffee spot out here in Arizona. And I was prospecting while we were there and on Instagram, cold market. Okay. And I realized how powerful this cash flow quadrant is. And if your friends, this is what you guys can apply to your warm market. I know this is a little off the table, but just take it for what it is. Leverage it if you catch what I'm putting down, or whatever I'm saying here. But what I did, guys, is this girl that I had if I had prospected in my Instagram, I said what I usually say. Do you guys know the cold market, saying that we say? I literally just said that. And she commented back and she was like, all right, what's your elevator pitch? Go. And it was a very like sarcastic reply. And I could tell, like, not that I'm trying to assume or prejudge, but you can kind of gauge the energy of people's pages sometimes. And I just kind of caught that vibe from them. And I was like, all right, let's play this. Cause I was already like in my head, this person's off the table. I don't care if they take a look, they do this at all or not. I already wasn't like about the response, but I was like, all right, let's see where this goes. And I just got, the word that I said to you guys the other day was creative, and that's accurate. But what I wanted to say was I kind of in a way just got resourceful. And I think when you have a sense of urgency and you can know that deep reason why you want to share this with people, things like this happen. So what I did was, instead of like explaining all this stuff to her, okay, all I did, guys, because people see in images, was I sent her this photo. And I said, let me pull up the conversation so I can literally tell you exactly what I said. So I sent her this photo and I said, where would you say you are in this picture? I'm not going to read everything that she said, because if you guys saw the screenshot, then you know what I'm talking about. She said, employee all, day, every day. So she was calling out the fact that she was an employee. She was in the E quadrant. She said, I really want passive income. I want to get into real estate one day. And I want to be able to flip houses. I just don't have the funds to do so. People can be sarcastic all they want. But at the end of the day, the one thought that sticks out in my mind is people don't know what they don't know. I don't care how good somebody's got it or what they post on Instagram to make you think that they've got it. Most people don't got it. Most people don't know what they're talking about. Most people don't even know what is out there for them to take advantage of to elevate and better their life. So anytime I have a conversation with somebody, I really don't care where they're coming from. I know that what we do to become a digital investor in the worst economy since the Great Depression, we can help people who are looking for a plan, who are open to a plan, create not only multiple streams of income, because I want multiple streams of income, but I don't want multiple streams of income by having a job. Let's be specific. I want to have multiple streams of income by getting money to work for me. I damn well know most people don't have that. So when I go to reach out to my warm market or random people on Instagram, I can have posture and a knowing that what I do and what I have to offer can actually serve them. When you don't have that, and I get it, when you're new, you don't have that certainty right away. And I'll tell you right now, if you have the opportunity to show up to op calls throughout the week, and I get it, some of y'all are doing your go live sessions, and I'm going to encourage you to continue to show up to your go live sessions, okay, at the same time as the op calls. But I will tell you, if you have an opportunity to show up to the op calls and see it live, you will learn the language of, what even myself, Christian Jukes, Mike Sotero, Steve Max, whoever it is, on how they share this with people, and not only what they say, but I think more importantly is their principle, their mindset, their level of awareness, their conviction. Conviction comes through experience. If you're newer to the academy, you have excitement, but if you stop plugging in, you leave the campfire, okay, you will get cold, and you will start to doubt yourself. You will start to think negative thoughts. You will start to not believe that this is going to work for you. And you will not want to share this with people because of your reflection, because of how things are going for you. That's not the case. I can't even tell you 10,000 pips in 10 days. What? Yeah, I've been doing this for 4 years, but look at where I was. And I tell you right now, it should not take you 4 years to get where I'm at. I had a ridiculous process. Okay. But what I'm trying to tell y'all is you can leverage a picture like this because people see in images, right? Like we can really see something when we you know what I mean? Like in our mind, like spiritually, like we can really see something when you can show them. That's why if I could tell you over the phone, I would, but it's not going to do what we do justice if I say it versus showing you, versus you can seeing it. So anyways, my point with this is this girl, regardless of where this actually goes, is I got them to take a look. And you just need enough people, y'all. Jim Rohn says, I hope y'all listen to that audio. He says you just need to give yourself a ratio, but you can't give yourself a ratio if you don't do this consistently. Okay. And this is one of the last things I'll say, and maybe we'll open it up where you guys are at with some objections that you're handling. But I want to share this with you because repetition is key. I don't care if you've heard this 10 times, 20 times, 30 times over. If you're not where you want to be yet, we don't know it yet. Okay. Jim Rohn says in his video, you have to do something often enough, the frequency of doing something often enough to allow yourself the opportunity to create a ratio. Okay. You may be doing this, reaching out to people. You have to do it every day, y'all. And this is why I do this every day. This is just one example. You guys know, and I give this example a lot, Ryan Serhant. He was on $1 Million Listing New York. Okay. He does over $1 billion of real estate a year. Like insane. This dude, is a hustler. Like he knows what he's doing when it comes to sales and relationships and business. And he understands the game is what I'm trying to say. And I remember on one of his videos that I was watching on YouTube, because I like to study elites. I like to study people that are elites in their craft and take their work ethic and put it into mine. And I saw what he said. He was like, I'm at a over $1 billion portfolio for my real estate, and I still prospect every single day. He says he sends out, this is just one of the things he does. He says he sends out 15 emails to like multi-millionaires and even billionaires. I know there's only so many billionaires, but that's what he says. He's like, I send out 15 emails, cold market emails to multi-millionaires and even billionaires every single day. And I said, wow, this dude at this level is doing that. And I am complaining or making an excuse that I can't talk to 20 people in my phone contacts, or I can't reach out to 20 people on Instagram. 20 people that are probably broke, busted, and disgusted, hoping and praying, wishing for an opportunity to come smack them in the face. I've got one for you, okay? So like Jim Rohn, going back to that example with prospecting, every single day, you have to give yourself enough opportunities to win, for people to say yes, because you're going to get no's, but you're also going to get yeses. But look at professional baseball players. Y'all know the story I'm about to say. Professional baseball players get paid millions and millions and millions of dollars to have a 30% accuracy of getting on base, a 30% shot of getting on base. 3 out of 10. That's all I'm looking for. When it comes to this business, you may do 0 out of 10 for your first few times. And for those that don't have rhino skin or aren't, what's the word, perseverant in their process, they would quit after their first few attempts to reaching out to people. They would get to person number 9, and on person number 9 who rejected them, they say, this isn't for me. I can't build, my people in my area don't listen. Like, just make up all these excuses. I'm like, man, go online then. Do just be resourceful. And they quit at their 9th person. But little did they know that 10th person would have been their yes. But you quit too soon. That's why I feel so sorry for people that quit on trading. It's ridiculous, okay? And I'm not the only one that's winning, y'all. There's some people on this call that are winning heavy, that are silent killers, okay? And not even on this call. You don't even know who they are, and they're in our business, they're in our chat, and they stay quiet, and that's just fine, okay? But what I'm trying to say is, y'all, you have to give yourself the frequency, give yourself the opportunity to build a ratio for yourself. Okay, some of y'all on this call, you might be at 1 out of 10. For every 1 out of 10 person, you're going to get a yes. Okay, 1 out of 10 people that you get yeses to will get started. You want to get to the point where you're about 2 out of 10, 3 out of 10. I'm about 2, sometimes 3, depending on the week, for whatever reason. I've just calculated where I'm at. So you have to give yourself the opportunity. Okay, but just think about that. When you're not where you want to be, when you're frustrated, ask yourself, how consistent have I been? How coachable have I been to the plan? Okay, where's my desire? Where's my heart right now when I'm sharing this with people? Because I know there's people out there, and I don't take no ish from nobody. If they say no, if they're giving me a hard time, if they're asking me a bunch of questions before they even watch a video, I'm like, man, this ain't even for you. Okay, you told me you're an E, and I'm trying to get you to become an I, a B. Okay, you just not listening. You just not coachable. I don't want to work with you. Sorry. So give yourself the opportunity to get a yes, and don't quit prematurely. If you guys know that book, where's the book at? I think it's in the other room. I have that book. It's called Your First Year in Network Marketing. And I'm actually reading through it again right now. And for those of you that want to write it down, I can't remember how much the book is. It's like $15. It's a great investment for yourself if you're actually like your desire level is high to build this business. And honestly, anything in life that you do, you can take that information with you. The first chapter is on rejection. And I think it's the best chapter that could have started off that book, because that's where most people quit, is right there in the rejection. They can't take enough punches to the point where, they don't feel it anymore. That makes sense. It starts to become numb, but like not in a negative way, but in a good way, where you just get used to it. You get used to it. You understand, like, it's just part of the process. So I wanted to share this image. I can send this in the chat so you guys can have it. I just literally went on Google, took a screenshot, cropped it out on my iPhone, and I sent it to her. And moral of the story is, she actually responded asking me like, yeah, what exactly is it that you do? Like, you have a really dope page. I love your stories, super inspiring, whatever. Just be consistent, y'all. Be a person of value. Like, if you want to realize like what's going to help you, be a person of increasing value. Why would people follow you? Why would people choose to work with you? Okay. So I don't want to go too deep into that. I know I'm kind of going all over the place, but I hope at the end of the day, you guys are getting the value that you need. Checking the chat. Are we good? So I just wanted to close off the call. Yes, with a call to action, I think we know what we need to do. If you've already exhausted your warm market, what I would start on is go to the YouTube playlist, building the builders playlist. Okay. And if you've already watched the first 2 videos, I would watch the next 3 videos. Okay. Or send me a text or whoever you're working with, where you're at, you need help. But if you're still on your warm market, I would definitely go back to this video. I'm going to post it today and take a screenshot of that text. But I do want to hear from you guys. If there's any objections, just kind of opening it up right now. If there's any objections maybe that you're going through right now, or maybe any questions or clarity that you guys are looking for, that maybe we can talk about on this call. Because I know if I had a question, I always think about like who on the team needs to hear maybe this question that I need to ask. So if you guys have anything, now is your shot. Whoever wants to open up, go for it. Questions on objections or clarity on anything that you're going through. No questions? Everyone's about to crush it this week. Honestly, y'all, there's less about the hows. The hows are simple. And if you run into any trouble, just take a screenshot if you can of the conversation and reach out to somebody that can help. Okay. Look at everybody on this call. We're all in this together. I hope to see everybody next week. Same time, same place. But I will tell you it's going to be less about the hows, and it's going to be more about your ability to stay consistent with this. Just like trading. Like that's why I kind of kicked off the call with the desire level, because you have to know where your desire level is. If your desire level is like at a 2 or 3 or 4, you will not be able to stay consistent with this. So guys, I appreciate y'all. I see y'all laughing on the call. Yeehaw. Is that like a thing? Are we gonna make that a thing, or I'm just out of it? All right, I'm gonna stop. All right, y'all. Well, I appreciate your time. I hope that you got what you needed out of this call. Blow up the chat after this if you guys appreciated the value, and you're about to go crush it this week. I'm excited to see what you guys do, who you become in the next 7 days. Next week, same time, same place, week 3. Let's get it, y'all. I appreciate y'all. Peace.